Yes, it's that time again where we bring you the best. They say train up a woman, a child, but train up a woman the way she should go. And when she is old, she will not depart from it. That is one preaching we're going to preach today on your number one program.
Ladylike. No vex, who talk that thing?
No, I mean now, I say accordingly. Okay,
exactly, because I can't wonder where they talk that.
No, it's the Bible of a child.
Okay, but now you can. Okay, your remix.
Yeah, that's the remix. So, why I say that is that, how do you train up a child? Or
a woman
or a girl child? Because before we always know that the woman has a particular place she occupied, but now we are coming out more to show who we really are. And the only way I think we can do that is if we are well educated and knowledgeable.
Okay.
You understand? And our guest today is actually, I think she's going to be enlightening us more on that aspect.
On how to train up a child to have the best education.
Thank you. And one thing people also know that it's not just education, yes, but you have to be vast. You have to read wide. It's not only by going to school.
So it's not just by education. You have to be book smart, street smart, home smart, morally smart, emotionally smart.
Exactly.
How do we get all of this smartness? I'm asking.
No, if you're not exposed.
How do we become But on this show, have we not said that? Yeah, television gives exposure, but too much of television is bad. So how do we get that exposure? Phone.
No, look at me now.
Book.
You know, reading. You have to be very, 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 very knowledgeable in terms of reading. Not just reading to pass. Reading. You have to be a good reader.
That's how you now live when you have experiences.
Because you can read a lot of different things. Different people's
experiences. You'll be reading that when I'm in snow or when I have queen money. But you've never really, you catch my drift, where I'm coming from.
I've not seen anything.
No, like if I have read now that when I'm entering first class plane or I'm in snow.
Okay.
So when I'm not doing it in reality, it's not like if I've done this before. Do you understand? Anyway, this point is this thing that we're talking about, the guest that is coming. The guest that is coming is going to show me how to do all this. I need to know because I discovered that yes, I like that kind of exposure, that kind of reading. That's the best type of reading I like.
Okay, not reading to pass.
No, we have.
Okay,
we don't. Now we need this type of other exposure. We need this guest that is coming. She's going to show me how to live all this type of.
I don't know what you're talking about. She's going to show you how to
exposure.
Okay.
Please, on that note, I am calling on this short break so that when we come back, I need to know how to be reading and living life vicariously through people. Go nowhere, we'll be right back.
You're welcome back from that break, and as usual, we'll bring to you interesting personalities, wonderful women that you always want to be like, and our guest today is not an exception. I love her so much because I'm kind of attracted to writers because I love reading, and today we have a wonderful writer and podcaster in the house. Get it? Podcaster, yes. This is somebody that has published numerous books. She actually published 2 in 2008. One titled The Thin Line, a novel, and With Love, collection of poetry. That would be lovely. Then in 2014, Fanta, we really talk about it because I love all this array. And also Melody, Greatest Hits in 2017. She also owns a business she calls Hadiza Bagudu Enterprises. You see the way I'm stuttering because there are a lot. She's also a blogger, and she also involved in audio podcasting. Hey, you know what podcasting be?
Now that you ask, yes.
Are you serious? So I'm only a bush person here. Well, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome to
much.
our program.
Thank you.
How did this all start?
Well, I am somebody who loved writing, who loved reading, so naturally I progressed to writing. And I published my first two books, The Thin Line and With Love, in 2008. So, and since then I've been dabbling into other things. I recently started podcasting to teach people about creative writing. And also, if I have any other thing that I want to say, I do
that podcasting, which I wanted to throw more light.
Yes.
The only man doesn't know what she knows what it is. So, what actually is podcasting?
Podcasting is, it's kind of like, broadcasting something on radio, but now because of the digital age that we are in, you do it on YouTube. It's easier to access, and you talk about things that matter. You get a topic that you want and then you talk about it. Okay. So, and me, I want to talk about creative writing. It's free to listen and you can access it from anywhere in the world. It has a wider range than a radio broadcasting.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you study creative writing? What propelled you into writing, apart from reading?
Just my love for reading. What I read in school is international relations. I am currently doing my master's in international relations and diplomacy.
So why is
the connection? Why did you not go into
I
writing?
want to hear literature or something.
Like I said, I love reading. So when you read, you write. I love poetry as well. Right from when I was in primary school, we were encouraged to do arts. We were encouraged to read a lot. I remember back then we read for pleasure. There were libraries everywhere. You go into the library, there are all these books. And even in English class, literature class, they recommend so many books, and not all of them come out in exam, but you are encouraged to read them. We were taught poetry specifically. So, it now became part of me. And it's so sad that these days I see most children don't even know where their library is in the school. They don't go there. It's sad, yeah. And even the teachers, they are not encouraging it. Children only read now to pass exam, like they memorize to pass, then after a few months they'll forget. Yes. And they don't read for pleasure. If you give most children novels now, they'll just, they'll rather watch it on TV. It's so sad.
Podcast.
Yes.
But now that you've written numerous books,
yes.
How has it been for you to gain audience, for you to read your books? Well,
I do have some audience, but like I said, these days people don't read that much. So that's why we try to reach them through other ways, but yes. Yeah, I try to make audio books of the book. I'm still working on them. Yes.
So your books, I can see you with some of them.
Yes.
Please, just because he won't understand.
Okay.
Nice to meet a book lover. It's always nice.
I want to know what Fanta is about. Is it about the drink Fanta?
No,
it's not spelled
Fanta.
No, maybe they stylized.
It's Fanta.
Fanta.
I want to call it Fanta.
Yeah.
It's like fantastic. Fantastic.
It's a Fulani variation of Fatima. The name Fatima. Yes.
Yes. We have really learned a lot today. So this particular book, what is it about?
It's a historical action romance set in the 1800s, Fombina Empire. It's a Fulani empire called Fombina. And a part of it is in Nigeria, part of it is in Cameroon. That's before the amalgamation of the country. So it talks about, the internal struggles that the different tribes had, and the Fulanis resolved to settle, and, and then there's a love story between the protagonist, and then there's a kind of love triangle with the antagonist of the story.
Whoa.
Wait,
this is like a movie.
Let's get back a bit. What kind of a writer are you? What do you like to write about?
I write fiction and poetry. Yes.
What kind of poetry? I
Yeah,
like
all
poetry.
kinds,
I like
all
poetry.
kinds of poetry. I write about love, religion, faith, and as for my novels, I like, if you look at Fanta, is mostly action. If you look at the Thin Line, is pure love story, and then Melody is coming of age, rise to fame of a lady. So I just, one of my mentors, as in one of the writer that I look up to, is Sidney Sheldon. Well, first of all, yes, Sidney Sheldon started writing at the age of 50, which is so inspiring, because if you ever think that, I'm too old to follow my dream, no. And he died, I think, at the age of 80 or so, and he has written more than 20 books. And one thing I love about his books is that no two books are the same.
Exactly.
Most writers, yes, they look for a particular genre and they follow, but he doesn't. Each book is different. It's like getting a birthday present. When you buy his book, it's going to be good, but you don't know what is inside, so you anticipate, and that's what I want to do.
What you try to do.
Yes, and I think the fact that he started late helped him, because he has so much experience and he was able to write on so many different things, and that's what I am trying to do as well.
So what do you have your own experiences?
I published my first book at the age of 28 in 2008. So yeah,
Really? So you've got a good head
yes, and in the past of almost 20 years that I've been writing, I have I have had a lot of experience. So
So now are your books on the shelf?
Yes.
Go to any bookshop and
yes, you can find my book at Sahad stores. Yeah, also Booksellers Bookshop, and what's the name of this? Adams Pages Bookshop. Yes, all in Abuja. But I have my website. You can buy it on my website. You can buy it on kobobooks.com. My website is just my name, hadizabagududen.com in front.
Now you have all of this, and now since you have a website, do you have problems with bootleggers, people that will just take and put them on the web for?
Okay, well, yes, I did.
How do you deal with that? So
there is nothing you can do. That's the truth. There is nothing you can. Yes, but there's nothing. I don't think there's anything I can do, because because it's on the web.
Yeah.
The bootleggers, they are not. I don't think they are even Nigerian, so I can't even hold them accountable.
Yes.
So that's it. I try to write to some of the websites to complain, so that they will take them down, and some of them did actually, but some of them didn't even reply. So.
So let me go more to a personal question now. Do your parents want you to
be a writer and author?
My parents, alhamdulillah, I have the kind of parents that supported me to do anything that I want to do. In fact, I remember as a child. Yes.
Yes, you then came back and say it's paper and Bible.
That's wonderful.
As a child, my mother, she got me all these books on writing. She tried to encourage me, but it took a while for me to really pick up and get the courage to write. However, after school, I worked in a bank. I worked in Diamond Bank, and I worked in First Bank. Yes, so before you've lived
many lives before even becoming an author, before living your truth.
Yes.
Oh no, this is truly wonderful. Now, do you have any challenges along the way?
Well,
apart from bootleggers.
I wish that writers have more support in this country. It's very hard to find publishers that will really go the traditional publishing route. It's mostly vanity publishers that you get, those who expect the writer to pay for everything, which is very expensive, and then after you manage to do all that, you still have to market your books, you still have to do anything. Normally traditional publishers, you as a writer, you just write. Yes, you submit. If they approve your book, they will do everything. So you now have the time to write as many books as you want. But with this one now, you have to do everything, and it's exhausting. And in most cases, you don't even get back your money. So if you see any writer that is persisting, is because of the love of the writing, not because they are making anything from it.
But now let's go into your you're a podcaster.
Yes.
How has the reviews been on that? Do people tune in? Do you have more?
Yes, I do. So far I have almost 100 subscribers, so that's encouraging. And I have yes.
And how
So-
do you put out content?
Maybe once every 2 weeks.
And you're consistent.
Yes, I am.
Really?
So,
Hey, someone I don't know anything about podcast. I have to.
You have to become a podcaster.
Yeah.
So like it's just what you do, but now on a different light.
That really encouraged me. So I want to ask you also another question. As a podcaster, will you advise every writer that has the ability to go into podcasting?
yes, because while podcasting, you get to interact, you get to teach your fans, different, because most people go into writing because they have so much to say. So it's another way of writing. It's like digital writing, kind of verbally. Yes, and the youth now, you have to find a way to get to them, and most of them, they are always online. So YouTube is a form of a social media, but kind of is with more substance, so when you go there, you can even blog about your life there. You can, if you have other skills apart from the writing itself, you can do like maybe cooking, art and craft. You can all do it. It will be part of your content, yes, and you'll be able to connect with your fans that way. Yes.
I because this program is strictly about women.
Yes.
Yes, so I want you to give a word of advice
To
because
women.
I know a lot
Because
of writers.
after
Yes.
the first 2 books, there are people who will just give up.
Exactly.
I will not continue.
I have
Yes,
not,
yes.
I've read it. It's just she hasn't even gotten it back yet. But if you read the content of the book, so after that one, she said, "What I want you to do again?" You understand?
Yes.
So I want that word of advice to every woman out there that has that flair, that pleasure, that.
Yeah, I don't give up. I know it's hard for women. It's a lot harder for men. Men, they have this community of support for each other. They promote each other. They help each other. But women, honestly, we are lacking. Yes, women, we are lacking. And then we have more responsibilities. Even though, yes, the men go out to find and rest, but women, we have other things. So women, they will go to work. They will still come home, take care of the kids, do this, do that. It's just so much. But if you have something, I saw a quotation one time that the person said, find a craft that you love doing, do it every day, even if you don't have time. It's very important. It keeps your mind young. It gives you something that is your own, that you love doing. And don't worry, even if you are not making money from it. Yes, we hope to make money, but even if you are not making it, do it for the love of that craft and be persistent, be consistent in doing it. It's very important. It keeps you sane.
I was about to say that one.
Yes.
It makes you are doing what you like doing.
Yes,
Because the
it is
world-
for
the world
you.
itself is
Yes,
It's a
along the way
battleground.
you find people who actually appreciate it. But even before then, make sure that it's for you. You are doing it for yourself because it makes you happy.
So we
Yes.
have in the next, let me say, 5 years now. Or are you working on?
Yes, I'm actually working on another book now. I hope before the end of this year I'll publish it.
And I'll also if you that your audiobooks.
Yes,
to help.
yes,
So
yes.
if you
I'm turning them
very
into
well into
audiobooks. Yes.
Lovely. So in the next 5 years, let me put it. The 5 years is just like this. 10 years. How do you see yourself?
Well,
See the
Next
shelf.
honorable.
I hope that I have at least 5 more books in the next 10 years. At least 5. And I just the things that I'm doing now are just at a bigger level, at a more. I hope I have more fans, more subscribers, more. Hopefully, maybe I win an award or 2.
Hey, amen.
Hopefully,
Yep.
We'll be there. Thank you
All
for
the
coming.
career awards.
I don't forget. How long does it take you to write a book?
about a year or 2, depending. Like Fanta, it took me almost 3 years to write it.
Oh.
But that's because I have so many other things in
Distractions,
between. Yes,
exactly.
and sometimes I procrastinate. Honest. So.
Wow. You've given me a lot of energy today because I love reading books, and I was getting so scared that it's beginning to fade away. GSM was taking over.
Yes,
You know, I remember when I was growing up, like you said, we had books, but now if you see a 5-year-old child can only
with
operate a
phone,
phone.
yes. But like me personally, I think the problem is from the schools. Like I said, they don't encourage them to read for fun. That's the difference. They encourage them to read, but for exam.
Pass exam.
Yes. In English class, give them 5-10 books to read every time. 5-10 novels. Don't tell them which one is coming out in the exam. So they'll have to read all of them. Then you now select the one that will come out.
And they will come and tell you what
yes.
you read.
Then have you seen libraries in school? There is nothing there. Only textbooks, old textbooks that are torn. Buy, like all these people that will, somebody even once said something on Facebook that all these people that will come and start declaring that they when you if a writer does a book launch, somebody will just come and say, I bought the book for so amount. Instead, why not buy, instead of buying one book for 100k, why not buy maybe 100 books for that 100k and then donate it to a school? I think the schools cannot afford to buy from the writers, but all these people that want to show off, you get to show off that you are donating, and at the same time yes, and then the children, when the books are there, naturally they will go there, because at least in school they are not allowed to use phone, so they will go to the library and then go and read. It will help them. Children, you learn more from fictional books than from actual textbooks, because you don't even know you are learning.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that we build experiences. Yes. And you're living vicariously.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much for coming on our program today. We hope
thank you for having me. Yeah.
We hope you win all those awards that
Thank you so much.
You overcome the hurdles of writing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. And on that note, we'll go on a quick break and we'll be right back. Go nowhere.
Wow, hey, that guest, she really blew my mind. I want to compare her to, that guest, she really blew my mind. I want to compare her to,
Sydney Sheldon, because?
No, I'm trying to compare her to nature. It's like when you have a fruit, you don't know what is inside. You have to break it open before you know. When you see her, she's so fast.
When you were reading her, call it a citation.
Call it a citation. I had to read because it shook me. I thought pata one book.
The one that when you were even reading itself, it did not shock me. It was what shocked me, like, okay, don't be angry, auntie. What did you study in school? International relation.
She's not diversified.
Where did you international relation? She worked in a bank, remember? She worked.
You understand? So you can imagine the kind of brain she already has. So when that kind of person goes into writing, forget that thing.
I like how she said, now I get it. You live through their experiences. See how she gave example of Sydney Sheldon. You live. Writers are my new favorite people.
Thank God. Podcasting.
Okay. Oh yeah, you did not know about this. That's the in thing now.
Boy, you understand? When I see all those small clips on I didn't know.
But then,
you understand?
Those are clickbait. That's what draws you to you now want to go to your channel to go and.
I think you have one of those.
Then now, yeah, you should.
This program, what do you think so? You know like I can.
Thank you. We are going to podcast this out.
No, because it's so interesting that she has time to do all this, to write books, to be a blogger, to be, so it only goes to show that every woman, if she really puts her mind and devotes her time.
Virtual cupboard.
Every time you say that thing, it blows my mind. When that guest came here and said it, we're a virtual cupboard. See yourself as a virtual cupboard. Everything is easy. Everything. You open this layer, you go see one thing. Open the other layer.
As far as you put passions into it, as far as you're determined, as far as you persevere, believe me, when you hear that, I was sick too. On a lady,
throw your hands up at me. All the mamas making money. Throw your hands up at me. It's only on one program. You get such excitement and such dedication. And that program is